From mopping floors to Hollywood. What if I told you that Ryan Gosling, the Hollywood A-lister we now know as a heartthrob, a meme king, and one of the most versatile actors of his generation, once worked at McDonald's, flipping burgers and sneaking fries on his break, or that he cleaned floors at a ballet studio just to pay for lessons? This isn't the Ryan Gosling you see on the red carpet. It's the untold story of a small-town kid with big dreams who fought tooth and nail to make it to the top. Ryan Gosling. He's proof that even Hollywood's brightest stars start from humble beginnings. At the end of this video, you'll not only know about the incredible path Ryan took to, but also why his story just might inspire you to keep chasing your dreams, even when the odds seem stacked against you. So grab a snack, settle in, and let's get started. Small town beginnings. Ryan Thomas Gosling was born on November 12, 1980 in London, Ontario, Canada. He grew up in Cornwall, a small town known for its quiet streets and hardworking people. Life wasn't always easy for Ryan. His parents divorced when he was young, and his mother, Donna, raised him and his older sister, Mandy, on her own. From the start, Ryan wasn't your average kid. He struggled with ADH, which made school a challenge. In fact, he was bullied so badly that his mother decided to homeschool him for a year. But while he didn't fit into the traditional classroom, Ryan had something else, a vivid glimpse into just how much Ryan loved movies. After watching Rambo: First Blood, he was so inspired that he brought steak knives to school to reenact scenes. Now, obviously, that didn't end well. He got suspended, but it shows just how much storytelling was already a part of him. First jobs, starting small job. Number 1, flipping burgers at McDonald's. Ryan got his first taste of the working world at 16 when he took a part-time job at McDonald's in Cornwall. Like many teenagers, it wasn't exactly a dream job. Ryan later admitted that he wasn't the best employee. He spent more time eating the food than making it. But even then, Ryan had a bigger vision for his life. McDonald's wasn't just about earning a paycheck for Ryan. It was about learning discipline, understanding hard work, and figuring out what he didn't want to do for the rest of his life. While he served burgers by day, his nights were filled with dreams of performing on stage or in front of a camera. Job number 2, ballet studio janitor. Here's one you might not know about. Ryan worked as a janitor at a ballet studio. He loved to dance, but his family couldn't afford lessons. Instead of giving up, he worked out a deal with the studio owner. He'd clean the floors after classes in exchange for lessons. Ryan wasn't just cleaning floors, he was laying the foundation for his future. Those graceful moves we saw in La La Land, they started here, in that ballet studio, with a mop in one hand and a dream in his heart. That's what makes Ryan's story so powerful. He didn't let money, or the lack of it, stand in his way. He found a way to make his dream happen. And honestly, if that's not inspiring, I don't know what is. Job number 3, Elvis impersonator. Believe it or not, Ryan also had a short stint as an Elvis impersonator. As a teenager, he performed at small-town events, donning the signature jumpsuit, and no matter how small, taught him how to connect with an audience and overcome stage fright. And let's be honest, if you can survive singing Elvis hits to a skeptical crowd, Hollywood auditions don't seem so scary. Can you picture it? Ryan Gosling, future star of Drive, performing as Elvis in a sparkly jumpsuit? It just goes to show that every experience, no matter how odd, shapes you in some way. Breaking into the entertainment industry, the Mickey Mouse Club. In 1993, 12-year-old Ryan Gosling took his first big swing at making his dreams come true. When auditions opened for Disney's The Mickey Mouse Club, he saw a chance to escape the small-town life of Cornwall, Ontario, and step into the spotlight. But the competition was fierce. Thousands of talented kids from across North America auditioned, many of them already polished performers with years of training under their belts. Ryan, on the other hand, didn't have a professional resume. He wasn't a trained singer or dancer. He was just a kid with raw talent, a lot of determination, and a deep love for performing. Somehow that raw energy caught the casting director's attention. Against all odds, he landed a coveted spot on the show. Suddenly, he was thrust into a world of bright lights and big opportunities, performing alongside future icons like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, and Justin Timberlake. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Ryan wasn't the star of the show, not by a long shot. While Britney and Christina belted out show-stopping solos and Justin dazzled with his charisma, Ryan often found himself in supporting roles or comedy skits. He later joked that he felt like the token Canadian, the quirky outsider among his more polished co-stars. Imagine being 12 years old, surrounded by kids who seemed destined for fame, and constantly feeling like you were the odd one out. But here's the thing about Ryan. Instead of letting that discourage him, he used it as fuel. He absorbed everything around him: the choreography, energy, the stage presence, the way his co-stars handled the pressure, and turned the experience into a masterclass in show business. Offstage, Ryan bonded with his castmates. He became especially close with Justin Timberlake, so close in fact that the two shared a home for 6 months while filming the show. Justin's mom became Ryan's temporary guardian during this time, and the two boys formed a brotherly bond that would last for years. It was an incredible experience. I mean, I was from Canada who suddenly found himself surrounded by these insanely talented people. I definitely wasn't the best dancer or singer, but I learned so much just by being there. Even if he wasn't the star, Ryan's time on the Mickey Mouse Club was transformative. It taught him how to handle the pressure of live performances, how to adapt quickly, and how to push through feelings of self-doubt. It also gave him his first taste of the entertainment industry, the good, the bad, and everything in between. But perhaps the most important lesson Ryan learned during this time was resilience. He wasn't the standout, and he knew it, but he didn't let that stop him. Instead, he focused on what he could control: his work ethic, his ability to learn, and his passion for performing. Those lessons would serve him well in the years to come. Think about this for a second. Ryan was just 12 years old, surrounded by some of the biggest future stars in the world, and he still felt like an outsider. Most people might have quit thinking, maybe this isn't for me, but not Ryan. He used that experience to get better, to grow, and to prepare for the next step in his journey. And honestly, isn't that a lesson we can all take away? That it's okay not to be the best right away, as long as you keep showing up and putting in the work. The Mickey Mouse Club may not have made Ryan Gosling a household name, but it planted the seeds for his future success. It showed him what was possible and gave him the tools he needed to navigate the tough road ahead. And as we'll see, Ryan was just getting started. Stardom and lessons learned. Ryan Gosling's rise to stardom wasn't an overnight success. It was a masterclass in patience, persistence, and taking risks. After his breakout performance in The Believer, Hollywood began to take notice. Here was an actor who wasn't afraid to tackle complex and controversial roles, and he delivered them with a level of depth and intensity that couldn't be ignored. The Believer wasn't just a career-defining role, it was a signal to the world that Ryan Gosling was more than just another young actor. He wasn't chasing fame, he was chasing authenticity. This approach would become a hallmark of his career, and it would pay off in ways no one could have predicted. The Notebook, the birth of a heartthrob. In 2004, Ryan took on a role that would change his life forever: Noah Calhoun in The Notebook. Based on the Nicholas Sparks novel, the film became a global phenomenon, and Ryan's portrayal of the rugged, romantic lead turned him into a heartthrob almost overnight. I remember thinking, I don't want to just play a romantic lead, I want to make him real. Noah wasn't perfect, and I loved that about him. He had flaws, he had depth, and I wanted to show that. Ryan's commitment to the role was evident, and his on-screen chemistry with Rachel McAdams was electric. Interestingly, the two famously didn't get along during filming, but that tension somehow fueled their performances, making their love story feel even more authentic. The Notebook didn't just make Ryan Gosling a household name, it made him a symbol of modern romance. But while most actors might have ridden that wave and stuck to similar roles, Ryan had other plans. Half Nelson, breaking expectations. Ryan could have easily spent the rest of his career playing charming romantic leads, but that wasn't his style. Instead, he sought out roles that challenged him and defied expectations. In 2006, he starred in Half Nelson, playing a middle school teacher battling addiction while trying to inspire his students. The role was raw, intense, and emotionally demanding. Ryan poured everything into it, and his efforts didn't go unnoticed. Half Nelson earned him his first Academy Award nomination for Best Actor, cementing his reputation as a serious actor who wasn't afraid to tackle difficult subjects. Was an artist. He wasn't interested in playing it safe. He wanted to explore the darker, messier sides of humanity, and he was willing to take risks to do it. Drive, the silent anti-hero. In 2011, Ryan took on another career-defining role in Drive. Playing the mysterious, nameless driver, Ryan gave a performance that was the epitome of less is more. With minimal dialogue, he conveyed layers of emotion through subtle expressions and body language, creating a character that was equal parts enigmatic and compelling. Drive became a cult classic almost instantly, and Ryan's portrayal of the quiet anti-hero solidified his reputation as one of the most versatile actors of his generation. It was a reminder that he didn't need flashy dialogue or over-the-top action to leave an impression. He could do it with silence and intensity alone. Can we just talk about how Drive redefined what it meant to be a leading man? Ryan wasn't playing a typical action hero. He was playing a character with depth, vulnerability, and just the right amount of danger. And let's not forget that jacket. It's basically a character in its own right. La La Land, full circle. And then, of course, there's La La Land. In 2016, Ryan returned to his roots as a performer, not just as an actor, but as a singer and dancer. Playing Sebastian, a jazz pianist with big dreams, dreams, Ryan brought his love for music and movement to the forefront. Fun fact, Ryan spent months learning to play the piano for the role, refusing to use a hand double. Every note you hear in the film, that's actually him playing. It's just another example of his commitment to authenticity. La La Land wasn't just a love letter to Hollywood, it was a love letter to anyone who's ever had a dream. The film was a critical and commercial success, earning 14 Oscar nominations and cementing Ryan's status as a true triple threat, an actor, singer, and dancer. With La La Land, it felt like everything had come full circle. Remember those nights cleaning a ballet studio so he could afford dance lessons? Or those hours performing as an Elvis impersonator? All of that hard work and determination led to this moment. It's such a beautiful reminder that nothing you do on the way to your dreams is wasted. Lessons from Ryan's journey. Ryan Gosling's journey wasn't just about talent, it was about persistence. He didn't wait for success to come to him. He worked for it, hustled for it, and earned every bit of it. From the indie film circuit to Oscar-nominated roles, Ryan proved time and again that it's not about where you start, it's about where you're willing to go. I think the key is just not giving up. There's going to be rejection, and there's going to be doubt. But if you love what you do, you just keep going. Every role, every audition, it's all part of the process. Ryan's story is proof that success isn't about luck, it's about showing up, putting in the work, and staying true to yourself. Whether it's learning to play the piano for a role or taking on projects that scare you, it's about being willing to go the extra mile. From The Believer to La La Land, Ryan Gosling's career is a testament to resilience, creativity, and the power of following your passion. And as he continues to take on new challenges, one thing is clear: his story is far from over. Inspiration for us all. Ryan Gosling's story isn't just about fame or talent, it's about perseverance. It's about taking every small opportunity, every job, and every challenge, and using them to build something bigger. From flipping burgers at McDonald's to cleaning ballet floors for dance lessons, every seemingly insignificant moment shaped him into the person and artist we know today. Think about it. How many people would have seen cleaning floors as a dead-end chore? But not Ryan. To him, it was a stepping stone. It wasn't about where he was in that moment, it was about where he was going. Every floor he mopped, every fry he flipped, every small gig he performed as Elvis brought him one step closer to his dream. And isn't that a lesson we can all take with us? It's so easy to feel stuck when you're in a job or a situation that feels far from your goals. But Ryan's story reminds us that nothing is wasted. Every experience, no matter how small, has value. It's not just about the end destination, it's about the journey, the lessons, and the growth along the way. What makes Ryan Gosling truly inspiring isn't just his success, it's how he got there. He didn't come from a famous family. He didn't have a golden ticket to Hollywood. He started small, worked hard, and made the most of every opportunity. Even now, despite his success, Ryan remains humble. He often credits his upbringing, his early struggles, and the people who believed in him for helping him stay grounded. He's living proof that staying true to yourself is the most important part of the journey. Here's what I love about Ryan's story. It's so relatable. Maybe you're working a job right now that feels like it's not getting you anywhere. Maybe you've faced rejection after rejection. Maybe your dream feels out of reach. But Ryan's journey shows us that no job is too small, no dream is too big, and no challenge is insurmountable. The truth is, success doesn't happen overnight. It's built on small moments, tiny victories, and lessons learned from failure. Ryan's story reminds us that every step matters, even when it feels like you're not making progress. So, what can we learn from Ryan Gosling? For me, it's this. It's okay to start small. It's okay to feel like you're not where you want to be yet. Because every step you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goal. Whether you're serving fries, working late nights, or chasing auditions that don't pan out, it all matters. Keep going. Keep believing. And one day, your story might just inspire someone else. Ryan Gosling's journey is proof that where you start doesn't define where you end up. It's a reminder to embrace the process, trust in your vision, and never stop working toward the life you want. Because if a small-town kid from Ontario who flipped burgers and mopped floors can become one of the most celebrated actors of his generation, why not you? Thanks for joining me today on this deep dive into Ryan Gosling's surprising early jobs and incredible rise to stardom. If you found his story as inspiring as I did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment about your favorite Ryan Gosling moment. Remember, the dream is always within reach. Keep hustling, keep believing, and who knows where your journey will take you. See you in the next video.